US, Israel war with Iran Day 48. 1. The Strait of Hormuz opened, then closed. In the same day, yesterday, Iran's foreign minister posted on X that the Strait of Hormuz was completely open for all commercial vessels. Oil dropped 9.4% instantly. Wall Street surged to a record high. The Dow jumped 868 points. Then hours later, Iran's own parliament speaker announced the deal was scrapped. The strait would stay closed until America's naval blockade was lifted. Trump responded on Truth Social, "The naval blockade will remain in full force until our transaction with Iran is 100% complete." 1 strait. 2 announcements. 1 day. 2. The Islamabad peace talks collapsed after 21 hours. Last week, J.D. Vance, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner flew to Islamabad for the highest-level US-Iran meeting since the 1979 revolution. They negotiated for 21 straight hours. It fell apart on one issue: uranium, America's demand. Iran freezes all enrichment and surrenders its entire stockpile of highly enriched uranium. Iran's demand: keep the right to enrich. Plus war reparations. Plus withdrawal of US forces from the region. Iran's foreign minister said they were inches away before America shifted the goalposts. The US says Iran refused to budge on nukes. 3. Trump says drop bombs again if no deal. As of today, Trump has publicly stated the US will have to start dropping bombs again if negotiations fail. The US military said it is ready to strike Iran's power plants, energy infrastructure, and dual-use facilities at a moment's notice. The ceasefire expires in days. Nobody has a permanent deal, and both sides are rearming during the pause. 4. Iran has 972 pounds OF uranium enriched TO 60%. Weapons grade is 90%. The IAEA confirmed Iran's stockpile before the war. The Director General stated publicly that this amount could build up to 10 nuclear bombs if weaponized. Trump's demand is simple: hand it over. All of it. Iran calls that a fantasy. Trump calls it a condition for peace. Nobody knows exactly where that uranium is right now. Some of it may be in Iraq. Some possibly moved before the strikes. This single issue is what is holding everything up. 5. China blocked the South China Sea while the world watched Iran. While every camera on Earth pointed at the Strait of Hormuz, China quietly moved to block the Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea. 2 choke points. 2 crises. Same moment. The world's most important shipping lanes are under simultaneous pressure for the first time in modern history. 6. Oil is still 20% above pre-war levels. Your wallet knows it. When the strait reopened yesterday, oil dropped 9%. Markets celebrated, but Brent crude is still at $90 a barrel. Before the war, it was $70. That 20% premium is not going away until there is a permanent deal. The naval blockade is lifted, tankers start moving again, and insurance companies stop charging war risk premiums. That gap is sitting in your grocery bill, your gas price, and your credit card interest rate right now. 7. Iran's internet blackout is now the longest in human history at 48 consecutive days. Internet at 1% of normal levels, and no country anywhere, ever, has done this longer. At the cost to Iran's economy, $70 to $80 million every single day. A total damage as of today, $1.8 billion and counting. Iranians are crossing the border into Turkey just to send emails. Possession of a Starlink terminal inside Iran is now punishable by execution. Meanwhile, Iran's government officials are posting freely on X, Telegram, and Instagram from Tehran. 8. Lebanon got a separate ceasefire. Hezbollah is being disarmed. While Iran and America are still negotiating, Lebanon reached its own ceasefire agreement. Lebanon's government has officially called on Hezbollah to disarm and hand over its weapons. Israel's response: do it, or we invade and do it ourselves. Hezbollah, Iran's most powerful regional proxy, is being systematically dismantled. Lebanon's foreign minister announced Hezbollah's military operations are now officially banned. Iran's reach across the region is being cut, piece by piece. 9. Iran's economy is in freefall. War damage, $270 billion. Confirmed by Iran's own government. Southern Iraq's oil production, down 70%. Iran's petrochemical exports, fully suspended after strikes on Asaluya and Marshah. An oil spill from a destroyed refinery at Laven Island was visible from space on satellite imagery. Iran was already under crushing sanctions before the first bomb dropped. Now add $270 billion in war damage, a $1.8 billion internet blackout, and oil exports frozen. The rial has collapsed. Inflation is rampant. Businesses cannot function. 10. A woman is about to be executed for protesting. While the regime negotiates peace, Beta Hematai. Sentenced to death for throwing stones during the January 2026 uprising, she would be the first woman executed for the protests that killed over 7,000 Iranians. Her confession was recorded on state television after torture and used as evidence in a trial with no independent legal counsel. 7 protesters have already been hanged since January, death sentences issued for at least 26 more. This is happening right now. Today, while Iran's diplomats sit in negotiating rooms talking about peace deals and sanctions relief, the ceasefire expires in days, no permanent deal exists, both sides are rearming, day 48. Thanks for watching.